Well, bang, bang, biscuit. Hello, everybody. I missed you. I'm sorry we haven't been here in 3 months, but we're back. Let's say that again. We are back. A little hiatus over the summer as me, Chopper, Flicky, we've been traveling, coaching, doing all of our things, but we're back for this uh, beginning of fall. And it's season 4. I can't believe it. 4 seasons of doing this. And I've only gotten better as a dad, as a coach, as a husband by sharing this time with you. So thanks for bearing with us over these summer months. But we'll be back every Tuesday starting tomorrow. I just wanted to give a little intro to season 4, what's going to be happening. I'll tease that, what the theme of this season will be on our pod. We've officially added Coach Flicky to the mix. So it's a 3-headed monster now, but I want to get right to business tomorrow with the boys on topics. So the recap of my summer, we started in London, which was unbelievable. My first time to London. I've been to Italy with Mrs. Ballgame, but the the vibe of baseball, the game of baseball, and how it's growing, not just in England, but all over Europe. You can feel it. You can feel that vibe. People are excited about this game. They know cricket, they know rounders, but getting over there with MLB and running a camp with these kids fired me up. I tell you what, it was one of my favorite camps to do. MLB put on a great show with the Phillies and Mets. And yeah, as they've been going over there every summer, you're starting to see this growth. And the next generation is jumping on board. I'm getting emails from people in Belgium and Sweden, Bulgaria, Austria. Hey, I've started this baseball team. And they even have interest in me bringing the Sandlot over there. So a European Sandlot tour. Some of you are loyal listeners. You might be over there in Europe and beyond. Get ready. I'm talking Mrs. Ballgame into it. So let's see when we can make that happen. I also went to Times Square. I did a play ball event in Times Square. They built a little field in the middle of Times Square, right outside of Good Morning America. Francisco Lindor was there, Mr. Smiles. He was awesome with the kids. Great meeting him. I got a signed ball by him and Carlos Baerga, and I gave him to my pops, who is born and raised in Cleveland. So he really dug that. Attaboy Papa ball game. Went to Rickwood Field, where they played maybe the most magical game I've experienced in quite a while. But running a camp with play ball where the Birmingham Barons play, and then Cardinals Giants at Rickwood Field. My, oh my, on the day of Willie Mays passing, no less. Um, Very special. And I thought Fox did a great job on that broadcast. So beautiful. Did the All-Star game in Dallas, Texas, where I'll unpack more stories from there as the weeks go on in this podcast. But two that stood out. One, Carlos Baerga joined me there as well. Incredible drummer. I posted a video, whenever that was, mid-July, of me and him playing some tunes. But he is an incredible drummer. And then as I'm running a camp at the old Texas Ranger Stadium, there's a man, big mustache, big burly guy. He comes up to me and says, "Hey, I used to be that dad. I was micromanaging my kid. I was yelling. It was negative, and the car rides home were toxic and no fun. Then I watched a couple of your videos, listened to some of your podcasts, and changed my ways. And man, I mean, I got chills, got emotional, and I said, all I can tell you is I used to be that guy too, and I had mentors that helped me along the way, and my light bulb went off. So happy to help with that. Um, Great, 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 great. And I'm getting a lot of emails and messages on that same topic. So that's why we're going to keep rolling out this podcast for that story right there to keep coming. Um, we also did Cooperstown, New York with MLB, which is amazing. My second year in a row doing that. Just super special to walk through the streets of Cooperstown down Main Street. You go into a card shop and there's Fred McGriff, there's Pete Rose, there's Greg Maddox, John Smoltz. You see your childhood go by right in front of you. And we ran some camps at Doubleday Field. Come on, doesn't get better. And then we ran 9 weeks of summer camp right here in Orange County. So while I was flying around, we would fly Coach Flikke in, and he would run the week of camp with my amazing assistant coaching staff. And then when I wasn't flying around, I was here. I was coaching these weeks of camp. We did 5 weeks in Tustin, one in Lake Forest, three in San Clemente, and almost 1,000 kids throughout the whole summer. They fell in love with the game a little bit more, but really, really what stood out to me is my coaching staff and how it's growing. And we got a little more bona fide this year. I think the podcast has motivated me to do that. We hired Coach Pterodactyl to be my coaching coordinator, and we created some Zooms where all of my junior coaches and assistant coaches, most of whom used to be campers, were out there coaching. And to see that turnaround, to see a kid go from being a 5-year-old camper to a 15, 16-year-old stud of a coach, and I could name a few. I'll say Coach Benji is right there at the top. He can run his own field. He was at my first camp in Orange County, which we did in 2014, where there was about 9 kids. He was one of them. And as a 5-year-old, he started out. Now he's driving the camp as a 16-year-old, and he's leading a whole field. So very proud of that coaching staff. That's the secret to the secret. You got to build an army of great coaches, and that's the theme of this season 4 of the podcast, Talkin' Shop, is build an army. How are we going to do that? Well, send me your questions. I think if me and Flicky and Chop get around the table and talk shop over your questions, that's how we build an army of great coaches. So you can either email me at coachballgame@gmail.com, and I'll share those with Flick Money and Chopper on our text thread, and we'll chew on them each week. You can also DM me at Coach Ballgame on Instagram. I check the Instagram DMs as well. So I can't wait. We will have some guests from time to time, but I think for the most part, the three of us will just chew on your questions as they come up. Big thank yous to all the Patreons who continue to support. Tommy Gold is still working with us, helping us with artwork and social media posts at Ballgame and Chop on Instagram there. And just really thankful that you guys would throw a few bucks each month our way. When Chopper and Flicky and Tommy get those Venmos, it's like, okay, all right, a little pump up. Let's go get some dinner now with the family. We do it for free, obviously, but very thankful for your support. If you want to support this pod, patreon.com/chop and ballgame. Amazing. Also, big thank yous. We got some sponsors. Obviously, War Stick is my exclusive baseball equipment sponsor. There's a discount code if you want 15% off at the War Stick website. The code is Attaboy15. They're the best. I just love them. I love the people. They're the Travis Matthew of baseball, let's be honest. And they don't just do baseball either. They got more stuff. Also, thank you to Tanner Tees. There'll be a September discount there as well. Tanner Tees has got the 10% discount, and that is Attaboy. They've got great tees, which is a beautiful thing, and they've got batting nets. They've got these training balls as well. So code Attaboy for Tanner Tees website. And then Plate Crate. If you want to get a box of some cool baseball stuff for your kids, that code is Coach Attaboy. Once again, War Stick, Attaboy15, Tanner Tees, Attaboy, and Plate Crate is Coach Attaboy. Those are our sponsors for the season. Lastly, trying to get a buzz going around my YouTube channel. So go to the Coach Ballgame YouTube channel. You can watch all of these episodes, and there are playlists there where If you want to watch some videos on the skills, you want to teach your team the skills of the game, and you want to do it the way I teach those skills, there's a playlist on the skills. We've got a playlist on coaching advice. Um, Lots of different things there. So jump on the YouTube, and yeah, let's have a great season. But thank you again, everybody, for motivating me to keep this podcast going. I know some of you, I saw you on the road as I did Sandlots in Buffalo this summer, and Stamford, New York, Birmingham, Alabama, and you were like, "Hey, let's go. When's that podcast coming back?" You jumped into some old episodes. I appreciate that. So, what is Talking Shop? Well, let's make youth coaching better. Let's educate the parents and the coaches. It's a thankless job, raking dirt, filling up water coolers, wrangling kids, and we are here to help you engage. Lastly, the playbook. I created the Coach Ballgame playbook. It's a starter kit. You can find it in my link tree in my bios on all my social medias, but jump on that if you haven't. The recordings are there, and it's 3 days of Zooms, and it works with every sport. It helps you engage kids, build trust, run effective practices. Um, it, it, it's what you need first. And then I'll be rolling out new curriculums this year. A lot of skill videos, how to teach the skill of catching, soup to nuts, throwing, pitching, fielding, hitting, all of those. But I think what's more important than the skills and how to teach them is how can you build trust, and how can you engage, and how can you teach love of play. Evan Longoria said it on this podcast. You got to teach love of play before you teach them how to play. So that's the Coach Ballgame playbook. All right, that's all I got. Get ready for an awesome season, and we'll drop another one of these episodes tomorrow with the boys. Bang.